Good evening. I am Peter from Promega Leather, and tonight I want to make a short video on the processes of simple bag making. So it's going to be a series of videos that I will make. So today is the first part. Simple bag making. So we're going to do a tote bag. So we're going to start with the pattern. So to make your pattern, you need a piece of paper, cardboard paper. I got these from the dollar store. It's about 50 cents a piece. So this is what you will need. You will need a square ruler and also a straight ruler. So my straight ruler is 6 inches by 24 inches. And this is 12.5 by 12.5 inches. 12.5 by 12.5 inches. So let's get to the process. So today we will start with, like as I said, a simple tote bag. So we will start with the pattern, and in this case we will start by making the bottom of the bag, because it's the bottom of the bag that is going to tell us how wide and how deep our bag will be. I find this way very easy for me to determine the length of my pieces, the pieces of the body. So in this case, it's going to be the bottom, the front of the tote, and the back of the tote. Both the front and back, they're going to have one half of the gusset each. So our tote bag is going to be about 12, let's say 12 inches in length. It's going to be about 5 inches deep, and it's going to be about 10 inches high. So let's start with the process. First, I will take my ruler, straight ruler, and I'm going to measure 6 inches. I'm going to measure, let me do 7 inches, and I will tell you why I decide to do 7 inches. So I will do 7 inches. By 13 inches. Note, our bag is going to be 12 inches by 5, but I'm doing 7 by 13. I'll tell you why. So right now I don't need to be very precise. I will just cut. So we have our 7 inches by 13 inches. So I'm going to do the middle line, 7 inches by 13 inches. So the middle line should be somewhere, it should be 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 right there. So I'm going to cut a line across. Now, I am not cutting the line all the way through. I'm only cutting just enough to let me fold this piece in 2. That is the first step. To let me fold this piece in 2. Then I'm going to use the scratch out and punch a hole on the line. The scratch out will help you punch the hole directly on the line. So when you are drawing your line with a pencil, you know exactly where to draw that line. That is the line. So this way is 7 inches. I'm going to measure 3.5. I'm going to measure 3.5 and make another line. Just deep enough so I can fold. So I fold it again. Now I've made 2 lines. Put a mark there and put a mark there. So I do another line with my pencil. Now, the next step will be to reduce this to 12 inches by 6 inches. Okay. The first step, I'm going to fold it this way. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to measure just 3 inches. And cut. Now we have 6 inches by 13 inches. So I'm going to fold again this way. Since we want the bag to be, our pattern is we want the bag to be 12 inches by 6. So I'm going to make a line here, and I will tell you why. Now, depending on how you want to put your bag together, it is always good to leave a small margin for the seam. So in this case, I should have made the bottom of the bag about, I should have left it at 7 inches. But since I reduced it to 6 inches, I'm going to give like a 1/4 inch for the seam on each side. So the bag is going to come down to about 5.5, that's 5.5 wide, a 1/4 inch on both ends. Is not going to be 12 inches wide, is going to be about 11.5 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and make this cut. Now we have 6 inches by 12, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. Now these points are very important. They will come in very handy when we are assembling the bag. We have to adjust the middle lines of the body of the bag to these middle lines here, to this middle line here on both sides when we are putting the bag together, and also the middle line at the gusset side of the bag to this line here and this line here. That way the bag will fit in properly. So let's go ahead and round these edges. I will only do that once. And the reason, look at that line. I will only do that once. I didn't do it this way and do it this way. No, a lot of artisans and leather crafters, they always make this error of doing a lot of measurements. You don't need to. You only have to do it once. That is why we folded this leather, we folded this pattern this way in half and this way in half. Okay, so now I will cut, follow the line, once I've made that cut, I fold it this way, and I make another cut. Just follow the last cut line. Okay, now we have our edges rounded. If you don't do this, it will be difficult for you to stitch around these corners. And secondly, your bag is going to have a little dent at the corners. So it is good to always round your edges. If you want, you can, sand that down a little. So I'm going to mark all these four corners. There you see little marks there on all the four corners. So this is the first step. The second step will be to measure the distance all round and divide it by 2. So we have the back piece and the front piece. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're back again. So what I did, this is my simple trick. I took a tiny strip of leather and I used contact cement and brushed it on this surface. Then what I'm going to do is square this face up, and I can start from any of these lines. In this case, let's start from here. So I'll start from this line and press it down so it glues on the paper. But I am not stretching the leather, not at all. I'm not stretching the leather. If you do that, you're not gonna get perfect measurements. This trick works perfectly for me all the time. Now, we're right at where we started, right here. You have two choices. One, you can just mark, or you can cut. In this case, I choose to cut. Just on the line. Perfect. Perfect. Now I'm going to take off my leather strip. And glue it on my ruler. Again, without pulling. There I have 33 and 1/2. 33 and a half right there. So this is 33 and a half right there. So I'm going to divide that by 2. Then I'm going to come up with the body of the bag. I'm going to come up with the 2 pieces, the front and the back. So in our next video, which will be loading up tomorrow, I'm going to come up with the front and the back. So once again, my name is Peter and I am with Promega Leather. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. So until our next video, which will be coming up tomorrow, I wish you the very best. Peace.